What's going on YouTube? My name is Bancroft. Thank you for tuning in. And today we have the new Set 27 Green Sun Goku and Bulma leader, which also comes with a new special trait, Adventure. And this leader also has a new mechanic. I don't want to say new mechanic, but it has a way of protecting its own cards, which is kind of cool. And this is just the first half of reveals. They typically do one on one day, the second half on the second day. So I will be doing a secondary video on this archetype. And with that reveals, I'll also do kind of my take on a profile, which will be my first impression / archetype, and then I'll probably do a secondary build afterwards in the same video, of course, kind of just what I would tweak to kind of be my preference. But yeah, hope you all enjoy. Like always, comments, buttons down below. Let me know in the comments what you think of this leader as of right now. But it draws a lot on the front side, so let's kind of get into it. Alright, so the front side is just Son Goku. Activate main once per turn. You discard one mono green card from your hand. Then you can add one card from your life to your hand and draw two. So you are discarding one card. You're pretty much drawing to three by taking one from your life, two from the deck. So it's a +2 overall. But when your life is 6 or less and you place one Bulma First Adventure from your deck to its owner's drop, shuffle your deck, then draw one card. The wing side also has a draw one, which is pretty cool. So if you go first, use Activate main, get a life, draw 2 cards, and you have to take that life. It doesn't say up to. It says then add 1 card from your life to your hand. And then turn 2, let's say you're at 6 life because your opponent attacks you. You go down to 5, you draw 2 more cards, you awaken, draw 1 more card. Like, it has a lot of potential getting cards into your hand. Now, granted, you do need this card, like I said earlier, but hey, that's still pretty good. And at least hopefully you're seeing the cards you want to see then. But you're also putting a card you want into your drop. Now, on the Awakened side, this is where you have Bulma, so Son Goku and Bulma first encounter. The permanent, if your green Adventure Bulma card is in play in rest mode, your green non-Bulma Adventurer cards can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skills, which is pretty cool. So as long as you have Bulma on the board, you're protected. Now, the auto discard one mono green card from your hand. When this card is attacked, you draw 2 cards, which is pretty cool. It's got some cycling there going on. And then the activate main once per turn as well. If you don't have any non-adventurer cards in your battle area, play up to 1 Bulma First Adventure from your drop in rest mode. That way you have a way of just reoccurring that Bulma every turn. And we're going to talk about the Bulma first because I feel like of all the cards you want to go over, we should go over the one that's kind of important. This Bulma does have Deflect. It also has Unique, so we only have 1 on the board. It is initially a 2-drop, but like I said, because of the leader, you're playing it. It's a 1k card, so it's very weak, unfortunately. But when this card is played, play up to 1 Oolong Changing Shapes from your deck or drop in rest mode to shuffle your deck afterwards. We actually don't know what Oolong is yet because Oolong has not been revealed with these reveals. But we do have a Poir Changing Shapes. We kind of could go from there. This probably won't be the same thing by any means, but we'll start here. Activate main. Now this is a 2-cost card, but activate main, limit 1 for 1 green energy. If your leader is green adventure card, you choose one of your battle cards, then place it in the owner's drop, draw 1 card, play this card from your hand, then choose up to 1 of your green adventure Yamcha cards and return it to the owner's hand. Activate main once per turn. If your leader is green adventure card, play up to 1 green adventure card with energy cost of 6 or less from your drop on top of this card with skills negated for the game. Pretty interesting. And with these reveals, there's actually a way to free play this Poir as well, which is the Z Awaken leader. So Z Awaken, choose 1 of your battle cards, place it in the owner's drop, green Adventurer Son Goku childhood card. Activate main, limit 1 for 1 green energy, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, play up to 1 Poir Changing Shapes from your drop, then remove this card from game. So you Z Awaken, you attack with a 20k leader, which is pretty cool. You activate main, pay 1 blue energy, pop a card on your opponent's board, turn around, and play the Poir. Then from the Poir, you can bounce a Yamcha back to your hand, and then that's 1 green energy. And then you can also activate main, play a 6-drop from your drop on top of this card, which is pretty cool. It's kind of the idea that Poir is changing into another card without maintaining that card's skills, which I think is pretty cool. I like the mechanic of that. Now, the Yamcha, we do have Yamcha, and we do have a 6-drop Goku as well. We'll start with Yamcha. Auto, if your Poir card is in play, when this card attacks, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. Then choose 1 card from your opponent's hand and discard it. Activate main, limit 1 green energy. If your leader is a green adventurer card and your opponent has 2 more energy, play this card from your hand, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's unisons, remove a marker from it. This deck, green has the hand control. Green has the unison hate. Like, this card has both those built into it. You're paying 1 to play this card, and it's ripping a marker. On attack, you're ripping a card from your opponent's hand. Also, this deck likes to discard cards itself to draw cards. You're probably going to see Ribrianne. I don't know if hand control truly holds up to most decks now, because so many decks just draw so much cards naturally. But it's still a pretty cool mechanic having that still there. And then we have the Goku, which is deflect, dual attack, activate main, limit 1 green energy. If your leader is green adventure card and your opponent has 3 or more energy, draw 1 card, play this card from your hand. So for 1 energy, you're playing this 6-drop. The secondary activate main is limit 1. If your Master Roshi card is in play, choose one of your opponent's battle cards to KO it. And during this turn, the next time you activate the activate battle skill on a Kamehameha energy release in your hand, reduce the skill cost by 1. This card, the extra card, is really interesting. So it costs 1 naturally to use, and that's not including the activate battle part. So as long as you have Goku, you have all the requirements there. You use the Goku's activate main. This card costs 1. Without that Goku, this card will cost you 2 to do its secondary effect. Now, this card naturally is a counterattack, limit 1. Discard 1 green adventure card from your hand, negate the attack, draw 2 cards. That's really good. It's not free, but it still gives you a +1 to your hand. I guess theoretically it balances your hand out because you're playing the card, you're discarding a card, then you're drawing 2 cards. But it's still a decent card to have. What makes this card so good, though, is the activate battle part. So normally it costs 1 green energy, but like I said with the Goku, it's just free. So it's pay 1 for the card itself. Don't worry about paying the cost for activate battle. Choose up to one of your Son Goku childhood or Master Roshi cards, both green with Adventurer, and it gets plus 15,000 power, crit, and double strike for the battle. That is crazy. So for 1 energy, you're turning this 6-drop Goku with naturally 20k power, with dual attack. So like if you swing the first attack and they negate, cool. You swing the second attack. If they don't negate that one, you pay to 1 energy, give it plus 15, making it 35k, crit, double strike for the battle. Like, that's just really strong. Like, it's really good. And we don't know what the Master Roshi is going to be yet because we haven't seen the Master Roshi. But it's just really cool to see that. And I do want to point out, it does say choose up to 1 Son Goku childhood or Master Roshi cards, both green with Venturer, and it gets yada yada yada. It doesn't specify where it's at. The leader itself is that as well. Like, it doesn't say Goku or Master Roshi only type cards. The leader is a 15k that can get that 15k boost, can get that crit, can get the double strike. So like if the 6-drop Goku gets negated on both parts or you can't tackle it for some reason, you still have the leader for that attack as well. Now, there's a few more cards to kind of go over. One of them is your standard super combo, nothing special. It's Chi-Chi. It's the same as the Toa. So like your leader's green, Z leader. If your leader is green and your leader is a Z leader, or you have 2 more Z energy or a Z battle card in play, combos card, draw 1 card. The other card we have to talk about is not for the archetype itself, but I feel like it's a very good generic card. So double strike blocker, it's this SS2 Son Gohan, Sadness and Rage. Auto limit 1. When your battle card is removed from the battle area, switch this card in a battle area to active mode, possibly making it a dual attack, which is pretty cool. Or a blocker for your following turn. Activate main for 1 green energy. If your leader is green and your opponent has 2 or more energy, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 7 or less, KO it, then play this card from your hand in rest mode. So you can play it for free by putting it in the rest mode, but you do need something else to restand it. Or at least you need another way of removing another card. There are obviously cards for that. And like just the Z deck alone to play stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, those are the reveals that we have so far. And there's nothing much like where I went over on the Mecha Gabor, where like, oh, you can add XYZ to the deck. This is really cool. We don't have this archetype before. Like, this is a new archetype in terms of like Adventurer. Like, so we don't really have a lot to go off of except for what we're seeing. So hopefully the second half of the reveals will kind of bring this deck a little bit better. We know we're getting Oolong. We know we're having a Master Roshi. I'm just curious what else we're going to get. But yeah, that's today's video. Hope you all enjoy. Bye.